A B2B advertiser who's looking to get their story out can't compete economically on those traditional forms of media. So if you apply LinkedIn audience targeting, you can actually target based on some of those attributes I mentioned. You can target IT decision makers who might be in the market for a CRM and actually allow advertisers to get their story out in a way that makes the economics work.
Hey, this is Evan Shapiro, your media cartographer for Big Brains at Cannes. I've got Lee Womer.
Hello.
Who is the Vice President of Biz Dev for LinkedIn.
Yep.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, so at LinkedIn Business Development, we work with partners in the ecosystem who provide data that help us power our products, help us distribute our products, and might have products that are adjacent to ours where we need to make our workflow work better. And so for me personally, I oversee our partnerships in the marketing and sales space. So think about any company that helps us deliver our ad products or our sales products to customers. And so at LinkedIn, every single impression we serve, basically every dollar we earn in the ad industry in one way or another is enabled by a partner, whether that's companies that help customers manage their campaigns or reach customers on third-party sites or measure their ad spend. My team oversees all those partnerships.
How do you describe LinkedIn as an ad environment? Is it a B2B, B2C? Is it a social media platform? Is it a networking platform? I see it as a weird hybrid of all of those things. I use it as a social media platform, as my top-of-funnel marketing platform, but how do you look at it as an ad environment?
Yeah, so fundamentally it's a professional network. And so the content on LinkedIn is professional. The network part is important, basically, and we provide an environment where users can find trusted professional content. Now, for advertisers, that's a really attractive place to be. We do have some a B2C business, but it tends to, our main focus and where we think we really have sort of the most unique play is in the B2B space. And so our main focus is B2B advertisers, and we think we provide a really unique platform for that.
I totally agree with that. What I find fascinating, and that I've really kind of just started to track is, and as part of your role in partner development and business development, is to create these opportunities on connected television. So you've done partnerships with Roku, with NBC, if I'm not mistaken. How does LinkedIn play on connected television?
Yeah, so at LinkedIn, we have 1 billion profiles on site, and those 1 billion profiles, the billion members who put their information on LinkedIn profiles, they put things like title and their company, their industry. We can infer seniority from that, and when you think about it, that's really valuable information to a B2B marketer. And so we have created a CTV offering that allows advertisers to reach audiences on third-party publisher sites. You mentioned a few of them, NBCU, Paramount, or some other ones, and really tell their story in an immersive way to professionals that are maybe not at work, not in front of a computer screen, but in an environment where they're consuming media and they're sort of we're able to capture their attention and help brands capture their attention.
You'll be watching television, and you'll see a B2B ad run in the middle of a football game or in the middle of a tennis match, and I sit there and I go, well, obviously this is a B2B, and maybe they're reaching me, but they're also reaching so much waste on top of that.
Well, that's a great point. Yes, and so. So that's why, if you think about it, just to take an extreme example and build on your example. So why are there no B2B ads in the Super Bowl? Well, because those spots are extremely expensive, and 100% of the audience can buy a B2C product like Coca-Cola. So a B2B advertiser who's looking to get their story out can't compete economically on those traditional forms of media. So if you apply LinkedIn audience targeting, you can actually target based on some of those attributes I mentioned. You can target IT decision makers who might be in the market for a CRM and actually allow advertisers to get their story out in a way that makes the economics work.
And you connect your data stack to the Roku or Paramount Plus or Peacock data stack, and suddenly you're reaching just mid-level managers who are making certain decisions.
Exactly, yeah. So
Or senior managers
yes.
who are making bigger decisions.
Yeah, exactly. So those platforms pass us an identifier, and then advertisers come to the LinkedIn ad platform and use LinkedIn targeting as an overlay to reach the individuals you want. Could be the segment you mentioned.
How long have you been at LinkedIn?
I've been at LinkedIn for over 12 years.
Oh, wow.
So,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I helped in the very early days of the company, I helped form the corporate development team that does M&A. I moved into partnerships, and at one point or another, I've pretty much overseen partnerships for every part of the company, and right now the marketing and sales businesses are a big focus, and there's really interesting work to do.
Yeah, and how do you see your partnership practice and the practice of marketing using your products and then integrating them to other products out in the world? How do you see that changed over the last couple of years? And then convert that. How do you see change coming in the next, let's say, 12 months?
Ooh, it's a time of incredible change in our industry. And so, I mentioned at the outset, but our advertising products are heavily dependent on partners at sort of every part in the stack. That's been a constant, and I think has only become more so over time as we've sort of evolved our capabilities to offer more functionality to customers. In terms of what the future holds, that's a hard thing to predict. I think change is the one thing that is pretty will happen.
It feels like the data. It feels like we as an industry need to, but you use examples like you've just demonstrated, and it feels like we are getting better with the use of data to eliminate waste, and and to collaborate around data too. That seems to be a relatively new advent.
Yeah, we are, and I think that there's a bunch of countervailing forces. Companies are getting more sophisticated with their use of data. The technology is advancing. There's also sort of an evolving environment in terms of regulations and privacy. The thing that I think is, it's the partner ecosystem that we've built. I think the important thing is that in these times, being tightly integrated and deeply connected to players in the external space is really key to remaining agile, because it's hard to, what I was alluding to earlier, I do think it's hard to predict exactly how all of those just tectonic forces are going to play out. But if you're deeply connected and with the broader ecosystem, you're constantly gaining insight, you're well positioned to evolve the solution as those dynamics evolve.
That's great. Lee, thanks so much. It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me on.
Great learning.
Yeah.
This is Evan Shapiro for Big Brains at Cannes. Check you later.